this doesn't have to be a political or a national issue. For personally, I find my enjoyment in watching any organization that permits black men and black women to perform in a certain standard while prohibiting any actions of racism or of hatred towards these particular groups of people. It kind of just dawned upon me, and I continue to wonder that these particular nations, these nations that represent what America would call black people, never seem to perform at a perhaps a middle par or top level. And it just makes me wonder what the particular issue is. I can see part of the issue being that a lot of black people are actually, instead of choosing to represent their country, are now actually representing the countries that perhaps are providing them with more sustainability and better potential to proceed their careers, perhaps whether that be England or France, even the United States, to a fair claim. It just confuses me that while this is happening, the African countries, for instance, or even the Caribbean countries, remain behind. It makes me question why these countries don't put forward an initiative to perhaps recruit some of these uprising stars with potential who later get scouted within the European leagues and amongst the competition, and how, given that we have proven talents within the black community, what is actually preventing black countries from progressing towards medal contending positions, or perhaps even actually proceeding past other football nations, since the skills and the potential have been proven to be there. The realization you'll come to is that there only points, as far as I'm concerned, one problem, and I'm going to be unbiased here as I always have been. The issue I see is that these countries have a management problem, a management of resources and just an overall structural organization problem, which leads me to the belief that I have commonly just held, or the problem that I've identified, which is black masses, for some reason, specifically when like-minded black masses are in one concentration, there is always a struggle to work together. And for as long as this struggle is prevalent, you will find that the issues of personal disagreements, or just organized team management, is perhaps the missing link, which is directly stemmed to the country's missing link, being the countries of these black nationalities, and perhaps even just being able to further expand and develop resources and develop a compass, developing direction, all of which have been blatantly missing within these particular countries, which I am quite responsible for, as I see myself, right? As I and probably a lot of Black people who perhaps hold African heritage do not seem to embrace it enough, and perhaps do not realize how important it is to support the people who are representing our people, trying to establish a firm ground, particularly knowing that many Black people, as I have experienced, are currently in need of resources, and it just makes you wonder the attention towards these countries is usually diverted. It's evident in the stadium that when a West African country is playing, for instance, the stadium isn't actually full of West Africans. It's probably not hardly even 10%, right? Despite the fact that we have come a long way to actually represent and play amongst world-class teams and leadership, and actually put our image on a global scale, which can improve further infrastructure and the ability to further expand how to grow and how to be resourceful. Now, the only way I can see a problem is if these countries do not develop an organized league, a sustained way of actually endorsing the brand, the global brand, beyond putting all the emphasis in one global trophy. I think there needs to be established systems and perhaps even resources to be allocated, just as the wealth has been proven to be there in evidence. This wealth can now be capable of getting many of our people out of poverty, should we decide to divert some investments towards stadiums, towards equipments, towards resources, towards programs, training programs, and training coaches to give the younger Black people, particularly in parts of the world where they may be struggling, more of an opportunity to rise on a global scale and to rise in a reasonable occasion, to the point where they are equipped with perhaps you don't have to obviously pay them out front, but the ability to have them be equipped with shirts and the shoes and the balls, along with the facilities and the resources to grow, to expand their knowledge, or perhaps even expand their skills, and establish youth leagues, teenage leagues, adult leagues, to where they are capable of growing and competing. I think this would be a good initiative to take and show how the regulation of those particular Black countries will be able to grow and further expand and develop in a sense where now we're on the stages of competing amongst the world-class countries of the world. Not to say that we're doing a terrible job, but it would just be nice to actually see, an African country represent the continent of Africa, or even the Caribbean country, being capable of bringing forth a recognition and honor, rather than feeling like the objective is to kind of get past or make it to the top five, or sorry, quarterfinals. This isn't track and field. The ultimate objective is just understanding how initiative will promote our perhaps our African youth towards establishing healthier lifestyles, or perhaps even opportunity to receive recognition within the football world, and even divert some of the wealth received from that recognition to local communities, to the point where the wealth is not only distributed within the stadiums, but perhaps it can even be distributed amongst the settlements, or the cultures, or the traditions, and perhaps even the families there. But it is very important to grow and to understand how that impact is crucial to the growth of football, or should I say even the growth of the lifestyle of the African countries, or the Black represented countries, which can put forward a good image to the struggling masses in America, who are still struggling under the system. It would definitely be a good idea to put forward that level of inspiration, as lessons can be learned of bonding, of unity, of just being able to learn how to grow out of the shadow that perhaps the world may believe we have been left in, when in the reality is, I believe the image of Black people around the world has not even started.